Hey.
What is up, everybody?
Hello. Dead fly.
Happy Thursday. Welcome to Drunk with Facts.
Indeed.
I didn't get him.
May 22nd.
I didn't get him.
You didn't get him? That sucks. Your little bug thing is not working too good then.
Well, it's stuck in a fly. It followed me in.
Oh.
I mean, it works pretty. Yeah, you see the bottom of it? It works pretty good.
Is it pretty full?
Oh, there's probably big stuff in there too.
Christine, Allison, bows the books. Kathy, how you guys doing tonight? What's going on? Everybody ready for... I can't believe it's Memorial Day weekend. I was just telling Jack, I'm like, normally we do a show, you know, talking about the upcoming holiday, and I totally spaced it. And
Good job.
you know, well, I was in training all week, so it's
Where you learn how to be.
I was
A
getting
grown-up.
I was getting recertified with cameras, network cameras. So my certification lapsed. So I get recertified.
Hello. How do you do?
Reminds me of Police Academy and the podium.
Howdy.
Yeah, howdy.
You're getting the nose. We're getting the tail.
Indeed.
Give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Project Y. We like you. We like you.
I like you.
They got products now. Go check out their website at projectYnow.com. Do Project Y 20 for 20% off all their products. Or if you want to keep it simple, go subscribe to their podcast on YouTube. Take a picture of it. Send
Is
it
he
to,
still doing that?
He is. Send it to Tony
Nice.
on LinkedIn, and you'll get some free shit.
Y'all better do it. He's going to run out.
And then I just placed my order today, so we should be getting some stuff real soon and can start giving away on the show.
Boy.
So pretty excited about that.
What you got there, girl?
I don't know.
Bloody Mary.
What you been drinking?
It's a Bloody Mary.
It's pre-made.
Interesting.
It's called
Zing-
Zing Zang. Is it
Zing
is just a
zang.
drink or is it an energy drink?
Huh?
Is it just a drink or is it energy
It's a
drink?
Bloody Mary
It's an actual Bloody Mary.
Oh. You
with
celery?
alcohol.
Come with
So
celery
we're gonna-
sticks or anything?
We're going to see.
Some
Oh,
bacon.
it's actually got like some stuff in here.
Oh, good. It's chunky. That's my favorite
No,
kind of
like
drink.
like peppers and
Yeah.
like it's got pepper and stuff in it.
Pulp.
Chunky
With
drink.
pulp.
Chunky drink.
I don't like pulp
No,
orange
that was
juice.
that ginger one that he really liked, but he's like, there's chunks in it. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, texture in my drink's not a thing. Unless it's a slushy, and then it's got to be a very consistent texture still.
That was pretty good.
Need celery?
No, you can taste the celery salt in it, actually. It's
No.
great.
Interesting.
I never understood what the draw of that was. It's like, you know, the mimosas and Bloody Marys and all these, like, I don't know what that
That's pretty good.
culture is. It's like, let's get shit faced on the morning time.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, I'm good.
Make sure you guys go check out rcjproduction.com. It's our production company. And for a limited time, guys, if you are located here in Arizona, specifically the Queen Creek Santan area, I want to help support some local businesses.
Florence, too. We'll do
Yeah, we'll do
Florence.
Florence.
I
I'm,
mean, Mesa Chandler. I hate to say it. I would venture that far.
I'll extend it out.
East side.
I'm doing a free 30-second commercial for you guys. So go shoot me an email. You can email me at info@rcjproduction.com and send me a little bit about your business. And I'll do a free 30-second commercial for you. If you like it, you can use it. And all I ask is permission to feature it on my website. So just like you guys building a business, I'm trying to build my business.
Yeah.
So would
Woo-woo.
love to help. So
Woo.
trade, I'll
Woo.
give you guys a free
I like
commercial.
that.
Hey, marketing is expensive, man. People pay a lot of money for that
Oh, it's
shit.
crazy.
I know they do. It's
expensive.
ridiculous.
So-
Every time I watch a shitty commercial, I think somebody got paid
Some
a
dumbass
lot of
made
money
this.
for this ridiculous ass
To make
ad thing.
that.
Just freaking
And it
irritates
was
the crap
dumb.
out of me.
Right.
It's pretty good.
And if you don't live in Arizona and you're interested in having a commercial made, go ahead and hit me up again at info@rcjproduction.com.
Same. Yeah.
Same. So
Don't matter.
Same.
It don't matter who you are. We'll make you ad.
yeah, there you go. Some good news on our friend Joey. He's doing better. He's on the mend. So you know,
He is bald again.
He's still feeling a little shitty, you know, but all in all, he's doing really well. So
Oh, he's doing great, honestly, for
Yeah.
what his body did to get to
yeah, it's huge.
he's
Huge shot
doing
to the
really
body.
good.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. You talked to him for a little bit today?
I did. I did a video thing with him earlier this morning, and when I was on my way to my training, and it was good. It was really good.
Oh, so you had to go somewhere to go training?
Yeah, I had to go Tempe.
Oh, yeah,
for the
he
last
had to go to
3
Tempe.
days.
Oh, no. Like in a classroom?
Yeah.
With other people?
For 3
Yeah.
days.
Fuck that.
Yep.
Nope.
And he had to take a test.
But I did pass my test
What?
today, so I am certified.
Nice.
Certifiable. however you
He's
wanna
a
say that.
certified
There's
pain
that.
in the ass.
You didn't have to pay money for me to be able to tell you that.
No, I know.
Indubitably.
Could have done that.
So we have a good show tonight. You
You
know,
know that.
courtesy of Lindsay. She put it all together today.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
We're going to see how this was it really? Did you actually read it when I
No, I did.
all the
yeah.
shit I gave
No,
you? Okay,
yeah,
because
yeah,
I
yeah.
just
No,
gave you a bunch
no,
of
he did
shit.
not.
No, I did actually.
No, he did
I hope he did.
I had to finish
'cause
putting the
I
PowerPoint
literally
together.
just
Okay.
put a bunch of shit together, and I was like,
Looking
"Here
at
you
it,
go."
Looking at it, knowing it, different things.
It is what I call organized chaos, but it's good.
He
know, so
understands my
I
organization.
do
It
understand
really
the
was, huh?
organized chaos. It really was. But
It really was. It was like 48.
and it may still be
Slides.
organized chaos. It just looks pretty.
That's okay.
So, you know.
Welcome to
Pretty's
my
okay.
brain.
So if you guys live in the Southwest, I think it was May 16th. The next day, Facebook lit up with this picture of this.
Well, your buddy literally had one.
Who?
That one you guy down here that takes all the pictures.
Oh, Tom?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I thought you were the one who told me he got
No,
one.
no.
Oh.
I didn't say you got
Womp,
one.
womp.
No.
Sorry.
But no,
Welcome to my
I mean,
brain.
it lit up with pictures the next day of this beam of light just coming down from the sky.
Mm.
And I've never seen anything
That's not
like
what
it.
I'm
I mean,
talking about.
everybody's going, "Oh, it's SpaceX, it's SpaceX." And
No,
I
we
was
got
like,
pictures of
I've
SpaceX.
seen
That's
SpaceX.
totally different.
It wasn't SpaceX.
Do we have a picture?
We'll get into it in the power.
Okay, good.
The PowerPoint.
Do we have our picture of SpaceX
No, I don't.
to compare?
No,
I
but
should
it-
show you my video of SpaceX if I can find it on my phone. Well, I'm led to believe it's SpaceX, but it's really amazing how easily you can see it.
Oh, that's what ours was.
This
Yeah.
wasn't the big sperm thing though. This was a line of like looks like
oh,
reindeer,
all the different. Yeah.
Oh, the little
yeah.
dots.
but I can see it with my naked eye.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
yeah.
can- and they're very distinct. I'm like, how
Ours
low are
was
these
like
fucking things?
it wasn't like a sperm thing. Ours was.
Ours is like a big bubble. Like
It
blew
was
out.
Yeah, no,
literally
that's
like
to them shaking off the
Yeah.
Yes,
takes off.
like
This
you
mine
see
was
it in the-
supposed to be the satellite drops, and I'm going like, there's
Yeah.
no way I can see those.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You can't see the satellites up there.
There's
No, but I think they were just at that right angle or something.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. There was a line of them,
Yeah.
and I could watch it move.
Yeah. Do you have that
These-
video?
I do. I got to
Yeah.
find it on my phone again because it's one of those things where it's like I shouldn't be able to see this.
I've seen a
and
couple
not
of those videos.
continually
no,
watch it.
not. You have to see. It looks like a fucking line of reindeer.
I saw I saw a video. Somebody
Huh.
posted it.
The one I saw, the more I thought about it, like there's no way. And then I'm thinking, well, maybe if it's the right angle, or refracting through gases or something. Like, how am I seeing this so well? I don't see that good anyway.
Yeah.
But like
And
they're
how
very
can I
distinct
see it?
objects in a line going across
Yeah.
the sky. I'm like, that doesn't seem right.
It's interesting. Very interesting.
I still don't know what it was. This is SpaceX. No, it's not. It's
And-
reindeer.
You're like, okay.
Anyway, sorry to derail.
No, you're good. So
That's what I do.
So StreamYard put out a new beta, and I want to test it out tonight.
Beta.
So it says show comments on stage. So I think it'll automatically pull your comments up as you guys comment.
But
So I'm gonna try it out for a little while.
Let's do it. See what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's a little square on the corner.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh, say something.
Beta.
Somebody
Say
make,
hooker.
somebody make a comment. I want to see how this works. So I think it'll automatically bring your comment up. We'll see.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, like Bongino just has them scrolling. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, it's a ticket.
Nobody say anything random.
maybe I don't know.
Do it.
It's a like I said, they're beta testing it now, so I figured, yeah, we'll try it. They're always improving
We paid for it.
StreamYard, so
Can you put a Rumble in there? That'd be great.
yeah, that would be great. I think they're still working on it. I think
For beta testing.
I
can
think
we-
Rumble has to release something on their
So
their
that
end
it-
with
yeah,
the
yeah,
stream
yeah,
for
yeah.
StreamYard
So
to
they
be able
can
to
let
use
'em
it.
in.
Yeah.
Come
Speaking
on,
of
Rumble,
Rumblers,
just do it.
what's up, Rumblers?
Oh, there it is. Random. Come on, Christine. You couldn't say hooker.
It's small though, isn't it?
Oh, well, that's
Well,
tiny as
it's gonna
shit.
be
Super
because
tiny.
it's supposed to be like not taking away from your show.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
No.
We'll let it run. See how it works. I
Oh,
like
somebody says hooker.
random.
Random. He said something random, and she totally did it. That's
So-
great.
So the other topic we're talking about tonight is one that Jack, you had brought up a couple weeks ago, and I
Yes.
kind of want to dive into it a little bit.
Yeah,
about,
so I'm glad you did because
Yeah.
I wish we'd found more.
Yeah.
Because ever since it was brought up to me, it's been keeping me awake.
There. We'll wait. We'll wait. We'll go.
yeah, we'll get into it. And we got a new segment of the show at the end of the show tonight called Things That Make You Go,
I was in the crib, sitting by the fireplace, drinking a cold coat on the
There's
desk in the rug.
usually that.
So I'm
We're
going
gonna get in trouble.
I'm going to fair warn people right now. It may get us in trouble, and it may,
What are we gonna get kicked up?
If
at
anybody,
YouTube?
I don't think anybody in our audience right now is sensitive, but if you are, when that segment comes up, you might want to sign off.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Yeah, buttercups.
All right, let's get into this.
Butternuts. Butter stuff.
Butternuts.
The magnetic shift.
Shift.
Are we witnessing a global reset?
Bum, 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 bum.
Ooh,
So,
I didn't read anything about that.
but this all has to do with that
I
global
know.
reset. Yeah.
So I did, Jack, going down that rabbit hole of you hearing all this new stuff about it.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't find anything new on it.
Yeah, it's been going on for a
The
long time.
newest stuff I've found on it was like December 24.
Yeah,
Was the most recent postings I could find, like articles, actual stuff, not just whatever. It's been going on for a while.
oh yes, it
Yeah.
has.
Like
Yeah, it has.
a while. So, which it makes sense. So here we go. Here we go. Earth is not a perfect sphere,
Which I've heard before.
which hello. When it rotates on its spin axis, the imaginary line that passes through the north and south poles, it drifts and wobbles. Think of it as an egg, right? Like
Yeah.
you spin an egg on the counter, it's going to wiggle a little bit. The spin axis movements are scientifically referred to as polar motion. Measurements for the 20th century show that the spin axis drifted about 4 inches or 10 centimeters per year. Over the course of a century, that becomes more than 11 yards or 10 meters. The Earth's rotational axis is the imaginary line that passes between the North and South Pole. The Earth's orbital axis is the line perpendicular to that imaginary plane that the Earth moves through in its orbits. It's currently, in 2023, sits at about 23.44 degrees, but it's changing by approximately 46.8/16 of a degree per century.
So Christine asked, can we say hi to her sister Ellen?
Hi,
Watching, but
Ellen!
can't comment in the chat. Hi, Ellen. Thanks for
Oh, are
joining.
you locked out like Jack is? It's terrible.
Jack's locked out of Rumble.
I
Yeah.
know. Okay, next. So this is that wiggle. And we have a video.
Yeah.
But you see how where in 1900, the top of the, I have a better picture after this too, do I?
It comes up
Okay.
a little bit later. I
Okay,
think,
but I have a better picture of that
You
too.
do.
But that's that kind of natural wiggle that it makes, which makes sense. It's going to soup and spin and everything else. God, you made this tiny.
I know. Sorry.
Hoping to keep tabs on the magnetics North's wandering ways, the World Magnetic Model 2025 has been released this week, revealing the latest official prediction placement of Earth's magnetic fields. This version will remain valid until late 2029, during which time we can expect to see the magnetic North Pole slowly edging further towards Russia, which is not what they expected. They thought it was going to go and stay in Canada. The new version is of timely importance as to the magnetic North Pole movement seems to be accelerating since the 1830s. The North Magnetic Pole on Earth has recalculated some 2,250 kilometers, which is 1,400 miles,
Big.
across the upper stretches of the northern hemisphere of Canada towards Siberia. Between 1990 and 2005, the rate of the pole movement has increased from less than 15 kilometers or 9.3 miles a year to around 50 to 60 kilometers, which is 31 to 37 miles. So you went from 9 miles to 37 miles a year.
That's big when you think of the
Huge.
consider the size of the planet. Right?
Huge. I mean, it's, yeah, but that's huge movement. That's literally, an hour drive. That's crazy. The current behavior of magnetic north is something that we have never observed before. Magnetic north has been moving slowly around Canada since the 1500s, but in the past 20 years, it accelerated towards Siberia, increasing its speed every year until about 5 years ago, when it suddenly decelerated from 50 to 35 kilometers a year, which is the biggest deceleration speed we have ever seen.
So what caused the acceleration?
So we're going to go into all that.
Okay.
So there's three big things, and then there's one little thing. So the one of the three big things is the ice melting, which makes sense. You have more water. The glaciers melting, which is decompressing the earth. So it's letting the earth raise back up. Like you sit
Right.
on a pillow and it smushes back up. And then, fudge, I forgot the last one. Whatever the last one is.
Groundwater.
Yes, groundwater.
Yeah.
We're using the groundwater, so we're pulling that groundwater out of the middle of it. So you think when you take a raw egg, this is the best way I could explain it
I was
in my
gonna say
head.
this is a horrible analogy, but go ahead.
So you take a raw egg and you spin it,
Yeah.
and it wobbles around because everything inside of it is moving on the inside and the outside isn't.
And then when you hard boil it,
When you hard boil it, it stays pretty close to where it's supposed to be
you're right.
because all that movement and
The
liquid
mass
is
stays
out.
in particular areas.
So that's kind of what's happening. So it's wiggling and wobbling, and then it's terrible
Wiggle and
analogy,
wobble.
but it made sense in my head.
got it.
Okay, so this is another picture of that track. So it was heading and kind of staying in Canada, moving up around there, and then it just literally like took off towards Russia.
That's interesting.
Very strange. I can't find anything that is why it stayed so true in a straight line, like why it was all wiggly and then it's just kind of averting towards there. So
Hey, in there.
That's no moon.
no.
Ben Davidson is this guy's name.
But what?
Ben Davidson.
Oh God. Related.
No, I don't. I hope not.
Oh, it was like David said, we don't need it.
So but he's the guy that's
Oh, my shirt's all weird. Oh, is our green screen? Why is it? Look at him all.
he does a daily space weather is a
Okay.
web thing, YouTube thing he does, but he's the one talking about with the pole shift. It's not just so much a pole shift is actually the Earth is going to change its orientation, right?
It's literally turning.
So in doing that, it's going to change all the way the magnetic fields affect all the things that they protect us from.
We have all that in there too. Yep.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
north
I'll
become
let you keep going.
north become west and south
gonna-
become
Well, and
east,
it's going to
you
mess
know.
with the compasses. It's
feel like-
going to mess with.
I feel like it's not going to be that cut and dry.
Right.
We're not going to know until it's over because I mean,
Well,
if
and even-
we're where you are at the time that it does it,
well, and I don't think
there's a
it's
lot of
going to
places
be.
you could be. You could be depending where you're at. You could just stay right where you're at. And
Yeah.
It just rotates on you as the axis.
Yeah.
Does he say it's going to be a sudden shift? Like a
It's like a day.
really?
Because- well,
Oh.
the Earth goes around in a day.
No, I know that, but
That's what we're talking about.
really,
Yeah.
I didn't
that would
think
be-
it would be that quick.
That would
When it reaches that point, when it reaches that,
Like,
I
it
guess
has
you
to
call
break,
it critical
I
mass or
guess.
whatever. It's
Yeah.
when the two parts, the mantle and the whatever, because of the fields and all this
Something just gotta-
sciencey shit that I can't figure out another way to describe, let loose of each other and allows that to happen. So that's
But wouldn't it just keep continually moving then? What's going to
you'd
stop
think
it?
so. I don't. What the fuck keeps it where it's at anyway? That's what
I mean, it's all kind
this
of
is all so beyond my
yeah.
ability to even comprehend.
well,
so
they say
hearing
the
smart
moon
people
helps. You know,
we help the moon. Keeping the moon tidal act is a whole nother
Yes.
thing. Even more so.
we actually talk about that. So with our gravitational,
oh, they work
weight.
together though. They work
yeah,
synergistically.
They affect
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
with
yeah.
our gravitational
all of this
weight
stuff
changing,
affects each
they
other.
say
Yeah.
that the moon's going to change.
And all of
too.
it's affected by the sun.
Yeah.
So I'll let you finish before I have my complete
Before
breakdown.
we
I'll
totally melt down.
wait
Yeah.
for my meltdown.
Okay. Well, kick in when you get to the stuff. So the traditional explanation is that one process is global rebound is responsible. Well, I don't know why I
Glacial-
put this here. This
glacial
is not
rebound.
what I wanted. Sorry. Glacial rebound is responsible for this motion on Earth's spin axis, but recently many researchers have speculated that other processes could have potentially large effects on it as well. The first author, Sandra something or other, NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California, says we assemble models for a suite of processes that are thought to be important for driving the motion of the spin axis. We identified not one, but 3 sets of processes that are crucial and melting on the global cryosphere, especially Greenland, over the course of the 20th century is one of them. Okay. So here's, and I get this, but I don't get this at the same time. So the observed direction of the polar motion, which is the light blue line, this is what we observed that they were supposed to be doing. The compared with the sun line is the pink line. The influence of Greenland ice is the blue line.
Dark blue, light blue though.
Sorry, it doesn't tell me which one's
Yeah.
which. Oh, light blue was the other one. So this is the dark blue.
Okay.
That's the glacial stuff. Post-glacial rebound, which is the coming back, is the yellow. And the contribution of the mantle convections,
It's
the
highly
deep mantle stuff is the red one.
uncertain.
I don't totally get that thing, but there's that. Okay, next.
What are you saying, Jeff?
That's the scary shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this video. So this video is one of the lines is going to show you the line that stays up and down is the line that is our magnetic north and south poles.
Currently.
The magnetic ones, yes. Okay. The other one that spins around is the one that's actually that's our axis. Okay. So you'll be able to see how much it changes.
All right.
Let's go.
It's going to take us out for a minute, but I put some music to it for your entertainment. So.
That's what they said it's going to be.
Well,
that's what it is now. That's what it's done so far.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that's how far off we already are.
Is that when it was at that angle? Right?
Literally, you can see the whole bottom. Yeah. It's crazy.
Well, what's interesting, take a plastic ball, right? Fill it half with water and have it rotate like that, right? When that liquid shifts, that's our whole core, right?
As soon as it starts shifting, it's just going to continue.
It's going to, and maybe that's what you're saying is when it hits that critical mass.
Something with the magnetic fields and the way that they affect the Earth. We're not solid all the way through, and I believe and those layers will at some point come loose from one another with the magnetic shifts. Is my understanding of what this other.
I mean, they already are said. Because you have
right, but then there's
because of
that. So it's you got to say
you got a ball
just
inside of a ball
cover
inside of a ball inside
or
of
a bag with a ball inside of it, right?
Yeah.
And if that bag is spinning along with the ball altogether, whatever.
Life's good.
But it's some way if you could spin the ball inside and the skin on the outside stayed where it's at, right?
Yeah.
So then just load pockets in the side of that bag with heavy shit like the North and South Pole.
Right.
Where are they going to want to settle when it's spinning? To the outside, not here.
Right.
That's what we're talking about. Those parts, our heavy parts where the ice is, are going to go to the sides.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And so, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
and in a day.
Arthur, do tell your niece congratulations.
That's why Joey's not here. He's got two.
He's watching. Yeah, that's kind of weird how far off that was, right? That was kind of strange.
And that's what we've done so far.
Yeah.
That's not future. That's where we are so far. So it's going to continue to keep changing. So ice mass is one of our reasons why we're having this. So primarily in Greenland. In general, God, that's so tiny. In general, the redistribution of mass on and within Earth, like changes to land, ice sheets, oceans, and mantle flow, affect the planet's rotation, which makes sense. As temperatures increase throughout the 20th century, Greenland's ice mass is decreasing. In fact, a total of about 7,500 gigatons, the weight of more than 20 million Empire State Buildings. See, both of those numbers my brain can't do anything with those. Like 20 million Empire State Building. I can't
That's heavy.
Yeah. That's as far as it gets in my brain.
Yeah.
Of Greenland's ice has melted into the ocean during this time period. This makes Greenland one of the top contributors of mass being transferred into the oceans, causing sea levels to rise and constantly a drift in Earth's spin axis, which makes sense. You're putting more water, you're putting more movement in that. While ice melt is occurring in other places like Antarctica, Greenland's location makes it a more significant contributor to polar motion. I wonder why that is.
I just want to say something.
Is it because it's on the top?
Maybe.
Yes, that's what you're suggesting.
Yeah.
But I mean, top gravity pulls you to the center of the earth, so even the bottom would be the top.
To all the climate nuts that are salivating right now, I just want to say, before we start jumping to it's climate change, I'm going to pose the question to everybody. How do we know this isn't the normal track of the planet? How do we know that South Pole wasn't North Pole?
This is the thing. It is the normal track of the planet.
Right.
The big scary monster is it is the normal track of the planet. The bigger scary monster is that the information
Where do we end up
we're going to receive from the vast majority of outlets that even talk about it is going to be this. It's going to be, it's a weather thing.
Right.
It's not a fucking weather thing. It's a global thing. The globe does this shit.
Yeah.
It's completely has nothing to do with us. Whether we were here or not, it would do the same shit. It's cyclical. It's done it before, and there is scientific proof that it's happened before.
Yeah.
We just weren't here.
The desert has been the ocean.
The ones who were here mostly died.
Yeah, exactly.
And then there's some left to rebuild, and it's going to be the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, again, I go back to what I was saying. Do I think that there is a bit of climate change that affects things? I do.
Course.
There has to be with this many people on the planet.
Of course.
But yeah,
we can't kill the planet.
No.
Even if we wanted to, we could fuck it up and we could kill ourselves.
No, the planet will kill us way before we kill the planet.
I've said this for 10 years. Mother Nature will always win.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it. Look at what happened in Kansas. They're getting riddled by tornadoes.
Yep.
Mother Nature will always win. Period.
Yeah, it's
Doesn't matter what the fuck
she gets sick of us, she'll drown us all out. Don't worry.
Exactly.
So along with ice mass loss, there is a geometrical effect that if you have a mass that is off axis from the North Pole, not near the equator, which Greenland is, or roughly 45 degrees from the South Pole, like Pagastonian glaciers, it will have Patagonian.
Patagonia.
It will have a bigger impact on shifting Earth's spin axis than a mass that is right near the pole. That makes sense.
That's kind of what Jack said. Right?
If you have
Jack
stuff that's not near the middle and it's spinning on the outside, it's going to whack it out more than if it's close to the middle.
Yeah.
Primarily, the melting of ice sheets, especially in Greenland, okay, I got to read through my stuff, plays a significant role in shifting Earth's axes as these large, ice masses melt due to rising temperatures. The redistribution of water alters the distribution of mass on the planet, which in turn modifies its rotational dynamics. Again, like Jack said, you move it around to the sides,
just
it's going to...
what's happening.
Yeah.
It's just not what is it.
No.
Well, I'm sure it contributes to it, right?
It contributes
has
to it. It is, but it's a sort of, it's a cart before the horse kind of deal.
Right.
Like it's happening anyway. And Greenland losing ice, what the fuck ever. Yeah. Okay. Not necessarily because it's getting warmer. If it's relocating, it's reaching a different temperature zone.
Different temperature zones. Yeah.
And again, it's all cyclical because the ice age, we're coming out again of an ice age. It always goes to an ice age.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to happen again.
We'll end up back there.
But think about it too. Think about that graph we saw earlier, right? You saw the track of the planet from the 1500s all the way to 2000, right?
Yeah.
You saw that shift, right? That shift could be responsible for the change in temperature. Just that gradual shift,
moving.
right? Takes you that much closer to the
see-
equator, that much further away from the equator. Your temperatures are going to change.
Yeah. Did you see Antarctica? How much they moved?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's it.
So much closer. You
It
think
looks
that temperature
small,
is
but when you
change?
put on a planetary scale, it's massive. That's a huge move.
And it's what 50 miles. 50 miles. You drive 50 miles from Phoenix at 122 to Flagstaff. Huge temperature difference.
But 50 miles of a car traveling to a planet shifting is a
but even
big
still,
difference.
just that 50 miles, it's still 50 miles, whether the planet shifts or not. That temperature change is huge.
Mm-hmm.
So you take Greenland and put it 50 miles warmer. Yeah, those ice, it's not going to make it.
It's going to melt.
It's going to melt.
All it takes is a degree difference to make ice melt. I mean, honestly, between 32 and 33 degrees or 32 and 34.
Really, sassafras?
I'm just saying.
I know.
So,
you're going to have more than an A degree.
Already?
We're good. Yeah, we're done.
Okay.
Was I done?
But it doesn't necessarily have to be more than a degree. It could be a degree to make that difference.
Absolutely.
Melting and not melting. I mean,
absolutely. No. And if you're there for a year, you're going to melt significantly.
Poor Frosty.
That's making me cold right now. Glacial rebound.
Boing.
Previous studies identified glacial rebound as the key contributor to long-term polar motion. And what is glacial rebound? During the last ice age, heavy glaciers depressed Earth's surface, much like a mattress depressing when you sit on it. And as the ice melts or it is removed, the land slowly rises back to its original position.
Mm-hmm.
In the new study, which relied heavily on the statistical analysis of such rebound, scientists figured out that glacial rebound is likely to be responsible for only about a third of the polar drift in the 20th century. That's still a lot.
What?
Following the last ice age, as ice melts, it alleviates pressure on the Earth's crust, allowing it to rise. This phenomenon is known as glacial rebound, contributes to the gradual movement phenomena. I'm going to sing that forever.
Getting warm.
Although historically historically thought to be a primary factor. The recent studies, it's third. Okay. Rotational axis. Okay.
So that kind of proves Jack's point, right? They're saying it's responsible for a third of the axis shift. So Jack's saying, yeah, this may have an effect on it, but it's not the whole story. So
no, because you have that melting.
Oh, that's
you have this, and then you have mantle convection.
Carrington event. That's what it's called.
Carrington event.
Yes.
That's what it's called.
I've heard that.
Yes, you have, because you've listened to like Graham, what's his fucking
Graham Norton and all those
all
guys.
the, all the smarter than us people. They know about this stuff too. So
Crazy.
it is crazy. It's pretty heavy shit. Yeah, I like this. Never mind.
Okay. Mantle convection. The authors argue that mantle convection makes up the final third. Mantle convection is responsible for the movement of tectonic plates on Earth's surface.
Crusty goat.
It is basically, oh my God. Okay, I have to, side note. Did you see the earthquake video that somebody had on their house that was literally where the earth split and they got it all on video?
No, I didn't see that.
You didn't see it? It's literally somebody's security camera off their building, and you see it like shaking like this, and then you're watching the ground and it goes foof.
The mini split's great in the room. It's perfect.
Awesome.
When was the green? Was it 19 hours ago or 5 days ago?
What?
The video you're talking about.
The earthquake?
Yeah.
Probably 5 days ago. It wasn't just today. It's a white house with a fence.
Okay. Out the window or?
No, it's off the side of the house. It's one of their security cameras off the side of the house. It's looking at the gate.
Got it.
And where was this? Where did it take place?
California.
Oh, really?
No. Shit, I don't know. Jack will find it.
Well,
but they got it on video, and that's the shit that terrifies me.
Well, we talk about Mother Nature always winning, right?
Yes.
And the amount. If you look, has anybody ever downloaded the earthquake app?
No.
I have it on my phone.
No.
It's pretty cool. So I get alerts every time there's an earthquake, and you see these shifts in how many earthquakes happen. I mean, it's astounding how many earthquakes happen in a day to begin with.
Yeah.
Right?
Why do you have this?
I've always had it. I love it.
That is terrible.
Why?
Don't tell me about it.
Then you must see it.
No, I don't want to see it.
It's awesome.
Oh my God, I'm going to move. I don't know where I'm going to move because he's going to have this app and I'm going to have to hide. No, you don't need to look it up. I don't need to see it. We're reading our thing.
Okay, read your thing.
Oh my God, I'm all freaked out now. It is basically the circulation of material in the mantle caused by heat from the Earth's core. Ivans describes it as similar to a pot of soup placed on the stove. As the pot or mantle heats, the pieces of soup begin to rise and fall, essentially forming a vertical circulation pattern, just like the rocks moving through Earth's mantle. Oh my God, that is terrifying. The movement of molten material within the Earth's mantle also influences the axis. Mantle convection is the process that derives tectonic plate movement and shapes the geodynamo. Whatever that is. The internal processes of heat transfer contributes to the stability and shifting of the axial position over time, particularly as it changes the distribution of mass beneath the surface.
I'm gonna butcher the name here, but is it Yale?
Yale.
Did he put our mini split in?
He was one of the guys.
Okay. Well, thank you.
I think he was the one standing on the fence.
I can't see the picture very well, so I don't recognize the picture. So
because that's a good beard, and the only guy that
thanks for
really
jumping
good
on.
beard was that guy.
I appreciate it.
Okay, so that's terrifying.
That is terrifying.
Yeah. Then we have this third one that people are throwing in, but it's not huge on it, which is the groundwater extraction. So while melting ice caps are absolutely causing the Earth's poles to move, so can the depletion of groundwater caused by irrigation. Kai-Wan So of National University, a co-lead on the study published in Geophysical Research Letters, said Earth's rotational pole actually changes a lot, as we've seen. Our study shows that among climate-related causes, the redistribution of groundwater actually has the largest impact on the drift of the rotational pole. That makes sense, though, because you're moving that fresh water. It comes after scientists discovered that water is leaking from the Earth's surface, descending down to the planet's tectonic plates before completing a 29,000 kilometer journey to its core. Holy cow.
Making a floater.
And over billions of years, this has formed a new surface between the molten metal and the outer core with the outer mantle of the Earth. See, and then it starts shifting and spinning, and that's what Jack was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But while things are moving in an incredibly slow rate, the phenomenon has the capacity to bring major changes to our planet, including causing the Earth's seasons to change over time.
Yeah, Biggie. Fucking. Yeah,
Phenomenon.
So stop pulling the water from the earth.
Well,
Where do you think we get all of our water from?
We forget that like the whole thing goes around one time.
It all goes circular. It just depends on how long it takes.
So they're like, it'd be slow. It won't be slow.
It's not slow.
It's not gonna. You're not gonna feel it, but it's gonna happen really fucking fast. Next day. Hey, where's the sun? Still up. How's it still up? It's been fucking 12 hours.
Right.
Oh shit! Did we move to the top? I guess we're fucked. We're at the top.
Oh shit!
But
can we not be at the top?
Because
I don't know that you wouldn't feel it though, Jack.
Well, you figure it's constant motion. We're in a constant motion.
We already are
really
already.
Earthquakes feel some effect. But what's funny is that we'll get into that one too. But anyway, I don't know how you'll feel it, if you'll feel it, because when you travel the world, you don't necessarily feel any different. So
and that spin is changing.
That in motion within the inertia and stuff, it affects us. Seems to be as long as we're within the atmosphere, you're kind of affected by that, or rather not.
Well, it's kind of the gravity.
Being on the ocean is the only time you really ever your body is ever kind of like, hey, fucking, this is wrong. This is weird.
We're not moving together.
I'm curious too. I don't know that you would or wouldn't.
I think that honestly, if the planet did a 45-degree shift, you're going to feel something.
You'd think so.
Something's going to.
I would think so. I mean, I imagine,
it
would have some effect similar to an earthquake. I mean, if it's
going to have
thing,
that shake or spin or
I would think there'd be something.
Stop.
I don't think it'd be a total surprise, but I have no idea. Because again, I have no metric to measure it on. Like, what's it like when the planet moves? I don't fucking know.
You're telling your kids this is how it feels.
It's a huge deal that we're likely to be around to witness, and I have no idea what to expect.
What to be.
And so
how do you get ready for that?
And that's the thing. And with that, between that, and so magnetic field shifting, which is happening.
Well, here's your picture of it.
Your
north and south is off.
We're creatures that are affected by magnetic fields.
Yep.
I don't know if you've ever noticed this or not. Some people are more affected than other people. But electricity, our bodies are machines.
Yep.
Run on electrical pulses. If you have something that can interrupt electrical pulses, it can fuck with you. And there's studies. There have been studies done on this, on how it affects people's mental state.
Oh,
all kinds of shit.
Absolutely.
And take all this stuff into consideration. Think of stuff that's gone on recently. Starts going, oh fuck. People's health, how they're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
She just sent me a whole paper on this thing about the effects it's having on people's moods.
That's true though, because
mindsets.
think about war stuff and everything. Yeah. They would put people in rooms and add higher frequencies, lower frequencies, and see how.
Well, just think about people that live by power lines. For years, they've talked about people getting
cancer
sick,
and everything else.
mood swings. We talked about
being
that.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean that shit's real.
Just think about what are the biggest things they talk about with our paranormal stuff. Makes you paranoid, makes you feel like somebody's watching you, makes you feel like people are in the house. And then they find open power cords and that kind of stuff in the home. And that's why you feel that way, because some people are super sensitive to it.
That's why all these idiots that say, oh, let's put a cell tower in our neighborhood,
or 10 new power lines.
But then they say it's not levels enough that's going to hurt you. How the fuck do you know? Seriously, how do you
level
know?
that tower is bringing in how many thousands of
Are you bringing people next to these towers?
Where's the evidence of a 50-year low-grade exposure to that sort of radiation?
Right, exactly.
There isn't. It doesn't exist.
Because it hasn't been around.
It hasn't been around that long.
It hasn't been around.
The military probably has it. They probably have.
Let's put it this way: people that were my mother and my uncle's generation lived up in Prescott. There are people, any of them that are still alive, can collect on a lawsuit from up there from nuclear testing. Back then in the fucking 50s or whatever the hell it was.
In Prescott?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know they did it there. Yeah.
Nobody else did either. And that's the problem. Fucking a lot of people got cancer. A lot of people died.
Yeah.
And the ones who survived,
that's why.
there was a class action lawsuit.
Interesting.
There's ads for it. If you go up north, you'll hear ads for it for people to collect and going, what the?
Well, do you know in Nevada, it's funny. It's not funny, but it is funny. When I used to work security over there, they talked about radon detectors for your house.
Yeah.
And they would literally come out and detect radon on your property. And it's like, if you look at a map as to how much nuclear testing was done there, it's
so much,
astonishing how much. And right by,
literally right there, they're like, this is the line. It didn't cross.
Groom Lake is not that far. You can see it
cross
from Mount
this
Charleston.
line. Like, you're safe if you're on that next block. You're totally good. It just went here. It stopped.
Absolutely insane. But it just reminds you, right, how as a human species, how fragile we really are. You know, we think we're all tough and mighty and, you know, we're going to conquer everything. One flip of the switch and we could be done, gone.
Dude, your pH balance gets off.
Yeah.
You can be fucking,
it's
so
insane.
simple.
It's insane.
We're really not hard to
Tripped
kill.
on a Lego.
We're not doomsday preppers.
Tripped on a Lego.
Somebody
That is the way it is.
Somebody up at the gates is explaining to him, I didn't pick the damn Legos up. Stepped
So
on one,
sorry.
dug into my heel.
The wife
fell over,
told me
smashed my head on
to.
the counter.
Yeah. Oh my, yes.
Oh,
No, I had a guy a million years ago. Funny story, not funny story, very similar.
So it's funny if you're alive.
He was alive. He did make it.
Oh wow.
So his wife was yelling at him to pick up the shit in the bathroom before he took a shower.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And he did not. And he tripped and he fell into the bathtub and he broke his neck and he's paralyzed from his neck down.
That sucks. That's not a good ending.
I'd rather be dead.
Yeah, that's not a good ending.
But literally, like, it's that simple.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it can happen. So I like this statement. The patterns of polar motion linked to surface mass shifts repeat a few times about every 25 years during the 20th century, suggesting to the researchers that they were largely due to natural climate variations.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Somebody's head just exploded.
Not in our group.
No.
Somebody else visiting probably though. But don't, before you leave,
Yeah.
see how that equator and north and south
Yes.
are so far off.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. It's just gonna naturally spin. Like Jackson, I don't know how it's gonna
I
turn
don't know
out.
how it's going to work out, but it's going to be interesting.
Well, think about
So-
think about millions of years ago when
I wasn't there.
all the continents were one big continent. When you think about that, right? And they split apart.
They're talking about it going back to doing that. I didn't want to bring that up because that's a whole nother rabbit hole. But they're talking about how we're all shifting and there's one big continent. Of course, I can't remember what it is.
Pangea.
That's
Pangea.
literally splitting in half right now.
I mean, aren't we essentially? I don't know much about.
Well, there's the disappearing continent. There's that whole thing too.
I don't know much about geography in the way of, you take the United States. How well are we anchored into the core of the planet, or are we just floating on water?
I'm telling you, that's,
I
I think we're all
you know,
floating.
that
I
submarine
don't
base in
think
the
any
middle of
of
the
us-
desert
Right.
thing is like, what the fuck?
I don't
So-
think any of us are anchored in.
I haven't taken geography in years, so I don't remember.
But
I don't
even
remember
still,
are
geography,
the-
The oceans come somewhere. I'm sure that ground goes back under
Are
somewhere.
we
There's a
truly
level.
anchored?
Well, that's the
I
thing.
mean,
There's a level of discovery that as human beings, we don't have the
We
capability
can't
to
go
do.
down that deep to see.
we have to. We have to know that.
We don't have to know
There has,
shit.
to-
there has to be an answer.
Look.
About that.
Okay, so the model of the interior of the Earth
Yeah.
is about as accurate.
As a fart in the wind.
I think 11 miles is the most they've ever dug. You can't get past that.
Yeah.
Why?
Pressure's too big.
What
We
hap-
can't go.
We don't fucking. I don't know why we can't go down further, but I've never tried. I've never
No,
dug
I'm
more
not
than a
doing
sixth of
it.
a fucking hole. Like, think about how thick is the crust? How thick is the mantle? How do we know what the fuck is in the middle?
No
We're-
idea. We're guessing.
I'm pretty sure we're guessing. Now,
Best
there's
guess.
a lot of science stuff that they do things that, they have their reasons for
Yeah.
believing it, and they're all smarter than me. None of it makes
we're
any
not
fucking
saying it's
sense.
not
to
I
me.
mean, for volcanoes to happen, we have to be anchored at some point, right?
Well, no,
the
there
magma's
just
got to come
has-
up somehow.
There
Right.
just has to be
So,
magma somewhere. Is there magma under each?
we have science that can model a lot of things, and we can kind of recreate things in smaller scale and assume that that's what's going on. But the reality of it is, it could just be the fucking Barlog and fucking Gollum having his shit fit. And there's where lava comes from.
Does anybody in the audience know it? Is anybody in the audience smarter than we are? Because I'm curious. Because like I said, I haven't taken geology or geography in years. I don't know. What's anchored?
can be
What's
another
not
show.
anchored? Yeah, I mean, I'm curious.
There's a
don't
level.
think
There's a
any of us
level
are
of knowledge.
anchored.
There's a level of
Christine, Google
scientific knowledge that honestly I think reaches the same place that like religious
Religion,
leaders
yeah.
of like,
Mhm.
well, just because it makes more sense. Well, it makes plenty of sense, but you don't really have any fucking proof about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Scientifically, you can prove it based on models and based on
Yes.
experiments and go, this does this, so that does this, so that does this. Again,
But again, it's still
it
best
also still
guess.
could just be magic.
Because go back to the idea that we're a one big continent at one time, right?
We
That
broke
if
apart.
we were truly anchored, Did the plate shift that
one
much?
One of us is anchored.
Well, that whole the plate shift thing is like, okay, so essentially you're saying, yeah, we're all floating on what? Other plates?
Those plates are moving.
That's what
There's
I'm saying.
a mantle underneath. What's that?
Right.
It's just fucking foam center. Like,
so we're floating on a sea of
where
lava.
the lava is? Is the mantle? Like, what
no, because the molten layer is much further down. But
Is
still
it?
somehow, but that's what the model says. But then somehow it creates
love
these little
that one.
pores that shoot
No,
up in the
it
fucking
still
volcanoes
doesn't.
and stuff.
Well, I
It's
mean,
just also ridiculous.
that's just the
No, it does talk about the pole shifting.
yeah. It talks
in
but
that
it talks
movie.
about because of all the core and everything, Dad. But again, we were just guessing on that. We have no idea what it actually looks like.
It is a good.
I do like that movie.
It's a good movie
It's
though.
one of my favorite movies.
Again,
Puppy Dog.
a lot of this stuff is sort of,
Best guess.
suspense, disbelief, kind of,
Suspension of disbelief.
Suspension
What
of
movie is that
disbelief.
from?
I don't have any fucking.
Oh yes,
idea.
you do.
I don't remember.
Basic Instinct.
Oh, is that what that's from?
Yeah.
He's like, hold on.
Oh, I thought it was from. What were we watching? Some stupid YouTube videos. The movie pitch stuff. Anyway,
Your ice is breaking up now.
Anyway, it's just a lot of stuff that
two.
It looks like the Death Star after it blew
Yeah,
up.
it looks like the Death Star. after
or when it was
blew
being
up.
remade in the Return of the Jedi.
No, what's the one that has the two things and it goes? Zoom?
The Millennium Falcon?
No, they're
So
little.
like, okay, he says it kind of
Okay.
makes sense.
So
Does it make sense to you guys?
well, look at this is another thing. So there's
Which
your
part?
moon
Any of it?
or your sun, right? So there's your sun. Ideally, so look at how much that's changed from where the sun rotates. I haven't noticed, and again, I mean, we've only been in this house for 5 years, but like where the sun, because you watch the sun, like I do because of where I plant my stuff.
Sure.
Like you watch the way the sun goes across the house. So I know that like if I set this here for so many months, it'll still be in the shade, but if I move it here, it'll
My
be
sundial's off.
yeah, like it'll be in the sun. So I haven't noticed that changing much.
I haven't either. No.
But
I thought you were going to say you did notice it.
no, I haven't noticed it changing. Like
we watch the
plants
sunset
are
every
still-
night.
Well,
And
we
it-
watch the sunset every night, but not
Yeah.
even that. Where the sun, like, what do we talk about today? The reason why that grass is dying in that strip is because it's getting more sun now.
Because the dog's pee.
I was gonna say the dog's peeing on. It's dog pee, sweetie. That's how that works.
No,
No, it's not.
It's actually Keith peeing over there.
no, that's a different spot.
Yes.
He has a corner.
You watching the cameras again, Jack?
No, it's just what I would do with my yard.
He has a corner. It's fine.
We don't have any grass, so.
Yeah, that's why my purple flower is flowering so much. No, because like we can do winter grass all up along the house until almost now because the sun's changing to where it's in the sun all day.
Right.
So I haven't noticed any of that changing yet, but now I'm gonna start watching.
Hey,
it.
any rumblers have an idea? Put something in the chat. Let us know. Let us know you're watching.
What's going on? Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm not smart enough.
I
Go
do
ahead.
like this picture.
It's a very pretty
That's gonna
picture.
freak me out if it literally comes like that and the Earth is staying with the moon
It does now.
as we're rotating. But I mean, like it goes through that cycle. But if it
But it
stays
goes
with it
from-
all the time,
from there to there now.
Sure.
The sun and the moon go this way now.
Oh goodness, no! Oh, that mean our don't do that.
Good. I don't
Good.
fucking know.
Suck.
It all seems very ridiculous. Keep
My
going.
solar panels will be in the wrong spot. Don't
I know
do
there's
that.
those people with those big solar instead of just going fuck.
It's gonna suck. Don't do that.
I put a north-south facing house for a reason.
No, it's gonna be
Oh, shit.
terrible.
Christine says, I know the weather here in Ohio has been warmer than it's ever been. It seems like we're getting the weather the South has, and the South is getting the colder weather that we used to have.
No, we're not.
I've noticed the whole shift. I mean, Florida this year got really cold, right? Unusually cold for them.
Well, there were southern lights there too, or northern lights.
That's we'll bring that up.
I know.
Getting it-
Sorry,
getting that
sorry.
later.
I'm
Stop
trying.
jumping ahead.
I'm trying not to. Go ahead. Read your shit.
Researchers used more than 120 years of data to decipher how melting ice, dwindling underground water, and rising seas are nudging the planet's spin axis and lengthening the days.
Can I stop you there?
Researchers.
How old is the Earth?
10,000 years.
A shit ton, like
Okay.
billions.
So 120 years is like
Fart?
like a speck of dust
Huh?
on that timeline.
Hey,
Okay, go ahead.
I'm surprised it's 120 years.
I know. Go ahead.
Okay. Messed me all up.
Sorry.
This also causes Earth's rotation to slow, measured by the lengthening of the day. Both have been recorded since 1990 because we haven't been around that
All
long.
right, we checked the last 5 weeks. We've got it figured
We're
out.
good. We're going to assume this is what's going to happen.
That's 1900. No,
1900.
we said 1990.
Yeah, she meant
1990,
that's
that's
what she
you
meant.
too.
We've been around that long.
For the period,
We
I
looked
have
in
been
the
around
last
that
10
long.
years. We're good.
We're good. Again, this is what we've been
Shit
watching
ain't
it
happened in
for.
20, 30 years. We're fine.
Yeah, it's totally good. For the period from 2000 to 2018, that's all we needed to watch. The rate of the length of the day increased due to movement of ice and groundwater was 1.33 milliseconds per century.
Booyah!
Faster than any period in the period of 100 years when it varied from 0.03 to 1.0 milliseconds per century. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Like a blaze of glory.
But there we go.
Almost a second.
Next.
So it's 0.7 faster.
Yeah.
Whew, I knew it was getting long. I'm
Woo.
clocking out early, man. I'm been here forever.
If emissions continue, here's your climate change one.
Yeah.
Because
If
it's your fault,
emissions
motherfucker.
continue to rise, lengthening of day from climate change could reach as high as 2.62 milliseconds per century, overtaking the effect of the moon's pull on tides.
Oh, no.
Which has been increasing Earth's length of day by 2.4 milliseconds every century on average. Called lunar tidal friction.
Like that, don't you, bitch?
The effect has been the primary cause of the Earth's day length increase for billions of years.
But it's,
Who's been around that long?
but it's emissions. It's all emissions.
We've only been watching this for 120, and emissions have only been around since 1910 was the first car. Okay.
How about some tidal friction, though, huh?
Tidal friction, you know,
Yeah.
we like that.
Yeah, pound it, brother.
Pound it,
Better, brother.
That's our sound.
Woo!
Aye.
Okay.
I almost deleted that slide, but I didn't know.
Yeah, I
that.
figured
left
I'd leave it in there
He's
for
very angry about the
This
climate change.
I don't
Fuck you,
like.
you liars.
Okay, I'm not.
Temps are expected to
With
raise.
those days changing, temperatures are expected to raise to 50 to 60 degrees Celsius. What the fuck does that mean?
50 equals
50
122.
Degrees Celsius is 122,
Which is not.
which is what we've been before.
That's an
That's
average
fine.
day in Arizona. We're
that's
good.
fine.
Summertime.
165 is 149. So 51 is like 123.
65 is 149.
I know, but
Oh.
51 is like 123 because I did the calculator.
Right.
52 is like 125.
Whoa!
It's like, oh,
That's quite a jump.
that's a big.
Well, 149, yeah.
This Celsius
I
shit's
don't think
blowing
the
my
mini
mind.
split's going to do its job at 145.
Well, it depends on the humidity factor, of course.
That's true. Good point.
But hey, fuck it. We're gonna be cooking.
Dude, we're gonna fucking melt.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know,
Like the air conditioner outside is gonna melt. It's not gonna matter.
true.
So
Power grid's gonna be gone anyway.
Auroras.
I brought this up for a reason because
He likes pretty things.
I do like pretty things, and they are pretty. But it kind of goes to
I
the
like pretty
shift of the
things.
poles, because when was the last time in your lifetime you've heard of the auroras being seen
I'm
from
not-
Arizona or New Mexico?
Never. I didn't know about that. I didn't know they could see him there, so I never looked.
I don't ever remember it happened. Anytime anybody talked about the aurora borealis, to
The
me, it was
Northern
up in
Lights.
Alaska.
It's the Northern Lights.
Lights. Right,
Yeah.
period.
Hello, Northern.
But now you see how far it shifted south.
Mhm.
That, like I said, they saw it in Mexico.
But there's a
Mexico.
reason. There's a reason. There's
Right,
a
and
reason.
it's a matter of knowing what the first off. What are the Northern Lights?
Northern lights are lights.
They're not
Pretty-
lights.
pretty lights.
They're not actually
sky.
lights, though.
No, it's the
It's
electrical.
electromagnetic.
Yeah, friction. or
I need
whatever.
more
The
whiskey.
friction.
Yeah. So it's electricity. It's has to do with the magnetic fields and the shifting of magnetic fields and all that crazy shit, because the Earth is a big old fucking magnet,
Yeah.
and the top and the bottom are attracted to each other.
Also has to do with mass ejection from the sun.
Essentially, yeah.
That too.
Because that's
So-
gonna fucking cook your brains.
Auroras
Who wants eggs?
have intrigued humans for millennia,
Ever. Just say ever.
forever.
There was never a time when like, yeah, them fucking things.
With their whiskey ribbons of light dancing
Their
across
whiskey
the
ribbons.
sky.
Whiskey.
Wispy.
Oh, whatever.
Wispy, not whiskey.
yum, yum, yum.
Whiskey
You said
drinkers.
whiskey.
You
I said wispy.
No, you said
I heard whiskey.
You said
Sure
whiskey.
you did. Ribbons of light
Whiskey
dancing across the sky. If whiskey looked like that, you do like pretty things.
I do like pretty.
Known as the Aurora Borealis or the Northern Lights in the Northern Hemisphere and Aurora Australias or Southern Lights in the Southern
See,
Hemisphere.
I didn't know there was southern lights.
Crikey,
Did
because
you?
we're not down there. No,
We're
I
not down
had
there.
no idea.
but it makes sense. Because why? Because it's all about the magnetic fields.
This spectacle is one of the most beautiful natural phenomenon in the world. I feel like we need to go see the North and the South and compare them.
And then the glowy water. I want to
See
see the
who's
glowy
better.
water.
Where is that again? That's
I don't
over.
fucking know.
I-
Some
Yellowstone.
island place or something.
It
Oh.
glows blue. It's got like
Yeah,
a blue.
when you
Oh,
your hands
because
around
it's
it,
the
incandescent
shrimps or
bio-
whatever that
some
are in
sort
it.
of
Yeah,
bio-
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It's
bioluminescence.
an organism.
Yeah.
An
I wonder what it
organism.
looks like when you pee in there.
See, Christine heard whiskey.
It was
Thank you,
wispy.
Christine.
Christine's drinking whiskey too. They are triggered when energized. Particles from the sun slam, doesn't sound good,
Bam!
into Earth's atmosphere at speeds up to 40 million miles per hour.
Friana, brother.
That's friction.
The particles are then
Lunar
redirected
friction.
towards the poles
The solar friction.
by our planet's magnet field. Wow. Creating colorful curtains of light across the sky. You know how hard it is to try to read while y'all are
I'm sorry.
Getting y'all hot and bothered. Huh?
getting y'all shit with whiskey and
Fucking solar
pounding
friction
it.
like
What
a
are we
motherfucker.
doing?
That's what I'm talking about.
There you go. Look, it looks like a lady with a
That's a
umbrella.
creepy ass looking picture.
This pretty much says the same thing you just
That's
said.
a banshee.
Northern lights are
Ooh,
caused
boy.
by charged particles, blah, blah, blah. However, there was still no. This is important. The second part is important.
Okay.
The sun has an 11-year cycle,
What?
swapping between periods of high activity and low activity. We're currently at the maximum phase of solar activity cycle 25. During this phase, sunspot activity increases, leading to more frequent solar flares and CMEs, which are the main driver of auroras. So they say that 23, 24, 25 being the peak, and then we're going to go backwards. So then you'll see 26, 27 lower, and then it'll kind of go back down to normal.
So I can agree with that. Okay, that it is cyclical like
Of
that.
course.
But I still argue the point that just because there's more activity doesn't mean we should see it down here in the south.
Well,
Why
don't
not?
worry. We're not going to be down here in the South.
Yeah, we're not
We could be
clearly.
north.
As as Christine says, she goes, I want to go see the Northern Lights. Well, you might get taken away to them.
No,
if
I
you're not-
think you might.
You might
yeah.
not have to worry about it.
I think that's kind of.
Coming to a town near you.
Think you might be.
Different
They saw it
fucking
all the way,
hemisphere.
like,
Coronal
okay,
mass
yeah.
ejection.
Oy.
Gonna kill you.
Okay, next. Northern Sea, and that's the map from 22 that I found.
Yeah. See, they don't come down that far.
No, but that's 22. 23, 24, 25 are supposed to be higher.
Yeah.
So the northern lights are enhanced when coronal mass ejections, or
Nice.
CMEs,
Love that word.
erupt. Coronal?
Sun O's.
Erupt from the sun at speeds across the atmosphere before hitting the Earth's atmosphere. According to the SWPC, CMEs are large explosions of plasma and magnetized particles from the sun's corona. That doesn't sound like it should be on us.
Sounds dirty.
Those ejection spans in the size are approached Earth's atmosphere and can cause geomagnetic storms when they
Excellent.
arrive. According to the SWPC, auroras can be observed. I feel like I'm the news reporter and you
Slow
guys
down.
are the kids fucking around in the
Yeah, slow
background.
down, slow down.
I'm trying to find a picture. So.
Right? Like
You keep-
literally, that's what
I
I,
know.
feel like.
Can you whisper it? Slow down and whisper it.
According to the SWPC, as aurora can be observed just after the sunset or before sunrise. They are not visible during the daytime hours and do not need to be directly overhead to be seen if conditions are bright enough.
So those coronal mass erections that happen is like EMP sort of stuff.
Yes.
It is.
And our electromagnetic field, as it is, protects us from them. So when
Mm.
it shifts, it leaves us vulnerable
Yep.
to much more problematic
When
things from
things
the
shift, you
sona,
do become vulnerable.
the sun jizz things.
Mhm.
Sun shining bright above
See, that doesn't show it. I was looking for this. There's this guy that posts the actual solar weather, and he had one on there.
Dan Davidson.
Huh?
Dan Davidson. I'm serious.
I know
That's the
that
guy
guy.
who does the.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The
It's
sun
not-
has
it's
a
not this
cycle
guy.
of about
He does.
11 years.
He does the space weather, the daily space weather shit.
It goes from solar minimum
It's,
to solar
yeah.
maximum.
Space weather news is what it's called.
Okay.
Dan Davidson, not Dan. I'm an idiot. You're Dan.
I was like,
Ben Davidson.
Ben Davidson.
Space weather.
We're
news.
right about at the maximum. We're approaching it.
Look at
And
that
what that
fireball.
means is that the activity on the sun greatly increases and it blows particles from the sun in our direction that inherit with the magnetic fields in our atmosphere, and doing so excite them.
It's the devil. Holy shit.
That does that all the time. I
Okay, we
don't
can.
know why.
Ah, solar flare, fuck me. They're coming. Okay. whew.
For those of you that don't know, all our TVs, our monitors just went blank.
And Keith tried to act like it's a normal thing.
It
It
is a
happens
normal
all the
thing.
time. Like
All
bullshit.
the time. Jack's like, oh my
There's black cars outside. Go.
I'm trying to find the picture where it shows it way down by
that
us.
was
but
the
it's not.
best.
Way down there. I got legitimately scared. fuck.
Jack's like, they're coming.
I'm
for
not
us."
supposed to be here.
Everything just shut off. in the studio.
Oh, that's
Imagine
the
this.
best. and in some cases, green and red colors.
Are we? Okay, we are. We're supposed.
Oh, and because at this point in time, we are more activity heading our way, we're likely to see these wonderful aurora borealises and extending a little farther into lower latitudes. So it is a great opportunity. If you have never had the chance to see them, by all means,
Get your
make an
latitudes in
effort
check.
to do it.
Get
You
your
don't have to
latitudes
go
in
to
check.
the Arctic
Antarctica.
or to Iceland anymore because of this solar maximum.
Coming to a town near you.
Coming to a town near
Aurora
you,
borealis.
Christine.
The lights are so pretty.
And do that picture behind it.
The blast wave turns you into ash.
But it's so pretty.
Honestly, though,
Keith likes pretty lights.
do you remember the pictures that we were getting at it, like Gilbert Santan?
Oh, yeah,
When
it was
the Aurora here?
gorgeous.
Did you see those, Jack? It
In
was-
our
it was-
Facebook?
it was
Oh, my
crazy.
gosh,
they were
what
absolutely
people were
beautiful.
posting. What?
Don't you have the pictures?
No,
What? You don't have the one that just happened? You don't have any pictures of the one that just happened?
no,
Why?
because
You said it was all over Facebook.
Yeah.
no,
look
not
at
that one.
Facebook.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Do you have that
The other
one?
light.
You have that
Yeah,
one.
I do have that one. Yeah.
Okay, fuck, I was getting mad. You son of a bitch. Why'd we do this for if you don't even have a picture of any of shit that happened? Motherfucker. Okay, okay. Go ahead now. You do your thing.
Read some more, teacher. Read some more to us.
Shit.
I literally feel like
Read us another story. Do some more.
Jack wants to get to the
Mama,
juicy
mama.
stuff.
I know. Can I get to
Finish
it?
fucking reading. Jesus Christ.
Oh, we think the solar maximum is going to peak about 2025, and so then it'll start scaling back.
She's a
So in that period of time, it will continue to be quite a light show, but it also has the potential to really cause some difficulties for communication, satellites, and the power grid. So we should all be on guard for that as well.
Yeah.
The sun is a big player in our solar system,
It's kind of an
to be
important
sure.
place.
Duh.
It's sort of
And when
important.
the solar maximum occurs, it is not just a spectacle, it is a potential harm for some of our systems.
And I
So
love
we have
that-
to watch out for that.
I love how nonchalant they are too, right?
Totally good.
You probably ought to watch out for that.
Power could,
It's gonna take that
power
whole
could go
fucking
out.
grid, but
It'd be fine.
don't worry about it. You're fine.
Carrington event.
Look at the pretty lights.
All right, now we're shifting gears.
Isn't that the Vegas thing?
No, it's not Vegas.
That's not the Vegas light?
No, you wouldn't see it from here.
Just giving you shit.
So, what was the light in the sky last week? Several theories surrounding the strange phenomenon. So, I've heard anything from a Chinese rocket being launched the same day, launching satellites.
Okay.
Probably not from here. I don't know.
Where was this at?
Here,
Here, where? Here.
Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado. We all saw.
All
it.
saw this same light.
This is from ABC News, Arizona. So I saw this on Facebook a lot. People were saying it was Steve, which is a strong thermal emission velocity enhancement, whatever the fuck that means. There's a scientific term for that, but that's what they called it. I have never seen a light
I
like
don't know
this.
where it came from.
That's why I told you. I remember I told you, I said, we got to start watching the sky at night because all these people are posting shit that they're seeing and we keep missing it.
I know we don't get to see any of the cool shit.
A light pillar, a phenomenon where
No,
beams
no.
of light appeared due to the reflection of light off ice crystals in the atmosphere. Again, I've never seen a light like this. Have you
Light
seen anything
ice
like that?
crystals. There is not ice crystals in Arizona, New Mexico right now.
In-
Sorry,
in the-
Brotas.
in the
Only on the
atmosphere.
Luxor.
In the atmosphere. There is.
That's what I said.
Only
That's
seen
why.
that at the Luxor.
Even in the atmosphere, like no. I'm
So
sorry.
what's interesting is military bases in Arizona and New Mexico would not comment
Hmm.
on what they thought the light was.
Hmm.
Because I don't know.
Oh, they know.
So there's the different pictures that I got on Facebook.
Holy cow! That's literally the fucking Luxor.
It's a spotlight.
It's not the looks. That's not a spotlight.
Looks like a spotlight.
It looks like a spotlight, but that's not a spotlight.
Is it touching the ground?
Mm.
Wait,
Looks like she
what am I
is.
looking at here? There's three lines. Oh no, wait. Is that two pictures up top and two
It's
pictures?
four
on the bottom?
pictures total.
Yeah.
Okay, so your fucking line that separates them looks like another spotlight.
Sorry, no.
So how to get three of them in a fucking row?
I
oh
didn't
my
do
god!
PowerPoint did that. I didn't do that.
We sure it's not a spotlight?
It's not. Look at the one at the bottom left. Does
I'm
that
looking
look
at
like a spotlight to you?
Yes.
No. it doesn't.
Batman. Yes,
Sure
it
it
does.
does.
No, it doesn't.
It is way too.
There's a point of origin and it's getting wider as it goes up.
I don't think it's a
Now the
spotlight.
one on the right there
the right top.
looks less like a spotlight because
Yeah.
of how
But the
it
one,
gets-
top left is really wide.
Yeah, but that's just
Top right skinny.
that's
and
just
it's
zoomed
going to a
in
point.
where
That's the
you're
part.
at.
That's the part that makes me think it's less of a spotlight.
Right.
The fact that it's going to a point because all beams of light widen out,
They're
even,
widen out.
even
Yeah.
lasers.
Yeah.
So the fact that that's getting tinier at the top and seems to be a different color at the bottom
Mm.
makes me think more energy weapon. But I don't fucking know.
I don't know what it is.
I definitely don't know.
Nobody
what it
I
is.
knows.
want to know where it was.
Somebody had to be close to it.
Yeah, that's what I
If
wanna
it's coming
say.
from the
Somebody
ground.
had to be close.
There's not been one report that
Like
I
it's
can
a
see
rainbow.
that somebody said this is in fact what that light was.
Well, that's what's crazy about stuff like that is because of how we don't have any idea about how big it was, whether or not it was within our atmosphere, whether it was even on the fucking planet. It could have been way the fuck out there and enormous,
and it
looks like that because of our perspective. So the chances, the fact that there's all these pictures of it from this perspective,
super far
are
away.
there pictures of it that look different than this?
Yeah.
Are there?
That are closer?
There are
people that are closer.
I don't have it, but there are, I'm sure.
So that's what I would like to see is the closest picture we have of this thing, because somebody had to be where it's at if it's coming from the Earth.
But here's why I'm saying it's not a spotlight.
I know
They saw it in Colorado, they saw it in Arizona, they saw it in New Mexico.
Right. So my point is, it's likely not coming from the ground.
Right.
It's likely over there,
and
we're just seeing it at that perspective. So that's what I'm saying. It's like if it was coming from the ground anywhere or touching the ground anywhere, there'd be somebody that was next to it.
The sighting of the light was seen in Tucson, Phoenix, Flagstaff. Like I said, Colorado, they saw it.
It looks like it's touching the ground because of your perspective, but
exactly
that's the thing. It could just go on forever.
But bottom left doesn't look like it's touching the ground. See how it disappears?
No, but there's a cloud there.
And that's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
It looks like it's kind of cutting off early.
Yeah.
Because it's probably going next to us.
Could be.
Yeah.
I think if however big it is, it's going next to us, and it's just a perspective shot. You're seeing it looking like it's going towards us when it could just be going by us.
I mean, I've seen spotlights a million times when they do a grand opening of a building. They rent those big spotlights.
They don't do that much anymore.
No, but they used to.
The other question is, was there motion to this? Was it moving?
No.
Yes.
They say it wasn't.
Which was just a fixed light. See, I would love to see a video of it.
Yeah.
Just for that.
And
context.
how long did it last?
So go to Arizona, the news.
Yeah.
ABC. I think it's ABC News or Arizona 7, whatever it is. I think I got off. Let me see. Does it say it on there where it came from? I pulled it right from the newsreel.
Arizona Republic.
Arizona Republic. That's a video there. I think that's a video. So
all right,
view gallery. It's 5
just
photos.
look up. Oh, it's photos. Okay.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying. That's related to a rocket launch in China. That's what they're saying.
Why is China?
But are we really going to see?
We're
that
not
here?
that close to China.
We saw
I've got news for you.
SpaceX in California.
If they're shooting rockets that shoot that fucking straight, we're screwed.
Why would California not see it then?
Well, what they're saying
Why
was
would Florida not see it? Why would we see it?
right. What they're saying is, well, we're on the Pacific side, but California would have saw it too. To your
But
point.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't nobody else see it?
Yeah, it was just, as far as I know, the reports that I saw was just Arizona, New Mexico, and Colorado were the 3 states that saw it. I didn't see anybody else
got some
reporting
weird
it,
shit they do.
but they had it. So I don't know. It's interesting. It's definitely an interesting light.
Hmm.
All right, I don't want to get to that yet.
Oh, I do.
No, I want to let Jack. I'm going to let Jack kind of talk
Marinate.
about. Yeah, I want Jack to talk about what he's been seeing on the actual polar shift, because we kind of talked about it before the show, and I think
I can't find anything new.
I think it's a conversation that needs to be had, right? Because
I don't know if it needs to be had, but here's what's
does.
interesting. The guy,
I think it does.
So the guy that what did I say his name was?
Ben Davidson.
Ben Davidson does
That
this
fucker?
daily space weather thing, and he's been talking. He recently had this interview he did with a gal where he was explaining that you're going to start hearing more about it in mainstream, but they're going to spin it differently.
Of course.
Because so the Carrington event happened 1859, I think it was, and it fried the telegraph system.
I heard that. I've heard that.
Right.
Mhm.
So technologically, where were we at back in 1859?
Pretty
Basic.
But just
far
this
off
the
from where we are now,
the
yeah.
Carrington event, the pulse from the sun, fried that wired system because it was electricity. It carries current. So it overloaded it, it fried it, it lit shit on fire. How much more electronics technology do we have now?
Everything.
Everything.
Our life is based around.
So Carrington event was, and I think within the context of the polar shift, because the polar shift is going to make our magnetic fields that protect us from such things weaker. So if it happens in that same window, you're talking like global blackout.
Oh yeah, but
So
not
that's-
even global blackout. Like if you have
Global
that
blackout,
power
like fucking-
surge,
Yeah.
everything can catch on fire.
Yeah, like your house will just go on
And your
fire.
whole house is gone.
Shit, that's anything that's
Electrical is going to
Yeah.
get that surge.
it's
Your cell phone in your
it's-
pocket's going to blow up. Your
the theoretical
wiring.
the possibilities of it are terrifying. And again, it's one of these things that just happens. Nobody causes it. It's the sun has solar events.
yeah,
Yep.
uh,
All
So
every
the
day.
CMEs that you
All
were
the
just
time.
talking about,
All the
that's
time.
what this was. The Carrington event was that.
Yeah.
Was a guy saw it in his telescope
Boom.
and there were just solar flares.
Yeah.
So depending where the magnetic field is at the time, will kind of dictate how much it affects us.
Well, and where it's going to hit too, because
Well,
it
that's
won't
the
do
thing.
the whole. It won't do the whole planet.
But it can.
It could.
If you have a big enough event. This is what
Yeah.
this guy that we've been listening to is predicting, is that because it's all cyclical.
Mhm.
And so that 150 years or however many years ago it was, we're in the window of the
The
possibility
potential.
of having a large Carrington event sort of thing. And it's at this time, it's also coinciding with
the
the
polar
polar
shifts.
shift,
Yeah.
which changes our magnetic fields, which changes the way that we are affected by such things. So it's a really shitty theory in that it's like, it doesn't wipe everybody out, but it's a little bit of a reset. And if you're not prepared for it, it's going to be a
wiped
fucking
out.
issue.
Yeah.
Because
Huge. I mean,
and this is what he's the bigger thing, the part where it gets all like spooky conspiratorial and all that bullshit. Elon Musk has a boring company. He's
Did
digging
you
lots of
just
holes.
read about his new patent?
Well, here's the thing. Every billionaire has a fucking bunker like you can't
Oh,
believe.
yeah.
Built on the
yeah,
side of
yeah.
a mountain.
Yep.
So why?
why? Yeah, exactly.
Nuclear war? Are they scared of nuclear war? Well, are they scared of anything, or is just someone just giving them that information? Either way, it all kind of tips to that whole like the elites, having information,
Have you
knowing
seen
things.
2012?
Again, so this is the thing, because it's not widely reported. It's like, I want to believe it's horseshit, but it's the kind of thing that there's no real agenda supported by it.
Yeah.
It's not like
Why would you kill everybody off? Yeah.
there's no benefit to making this shit up.
Yeah.
He's not selling anything.
He's not getting anything from it.
Let me ask you this: how popular is he?
He's pretty popular, but he's not. Let's see. We can.
Would he come on the show?
I don't know if we can get a hold of him or not.
I'd love to have him. I'd love to talk to him.
He's on.
Jack's head would and just explode.
No, I'd love to have him on the show, and I'd love to talk to him about what his thoughts are. Honestly, I really would.
Jack's head would explode.
Well, the biggest problem, I'm just not smart enough.
To get it, yeah.
Because his stuff. Oh, so let's see. There's 75 million views online
That's a lot.
for his space weather news.
That's a lot.
But that's his main thing.
We can reach out.
So let's reach out to
What?
him.
He tells us no?
Let's reach out to him.
Yeah, because
I'd love to have him on
I
the
mean,
show.
he's a
I'd love to
Davidson.
hear. Yeah, that's even more reason why he needs to be on the show.
Come on.
You're surrounded by Davidsons.
yeah. So I don't know that he's unreachable, but yeah, I would love to be free to reach out, because I don't know shit, and it's freaking me out, and
I don't know if having a conversation with him is going to make you any less freaked out.
Well,
Jack.
we've done a lot of shows in the past. Let's be real.
Yeah.
With CTC, and even I think we did it on this show. We did a lot of prepper shows. We
Mhm.
talked about it. And
it's a thing. I mean,
Oh,
it is
yeah.
a thing, and I don't know how many people are asking him to go on stuff, or how many people are asking. Even if we get a phone, or who knows?
Yeah.
It would be. I would like
I'd
to
love
know.
to talk to
I'd
him.
like to. If nothing else, I'd like to better understand what I need to do, because if there's a way to prepare
or what
for it,
what is there?
I want to be. I'm interested in that, but at the same time, I got bills to pay and shit to do. So it's kind of like that's been my biggest fear with the
You
whole
gotta
thing. Is like,
balance it.
if there's something that I can do, and if there's a way you can be prepared for it, I'd like to be. But at the same time, I got other shit to deal
You
with.
also can't go down that rabbit hole and spend all of your dollars on it.
Start eating some MREs and get used to it.
We have those. We're not going to
Yeah.
crack into them yet.
No.
We had a couple. They
When
weren't
we get
bad. They
there.
were pretty
They're
decent.
not
actually.
terrible, but
Reason.
Mm.
So Christine's saying they're saying the Earth is technically overdue for a magnetic shift. The last major shift occurred around 700,000 years ago, and typically happens every 200, 300,000 years.
great. We're going to get
Amanda
double.
sent you information.
Did you?
Yeah, for you.
We'll reach out.
For the guy.
Yeah.
For
I'll
Ben?
use my
Okay.
magic.
Yeah, I seriously, I'd love to talk to him.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fascinated by it, and I think it's a conversation that needs to be had.
I agree.
honestly. I'm not telling people to go out and hoard shit, and you know what I mean. But
Don't be crazy.
but you should always have a level of preparedness,
We
right?
do.
I mean, we talked about a coronal mass ejection that could possibly even wipe out the grid on its own, right? So
Right.
you always need to have some type of prep.
You need an oh
in
shit
mind.
fund.
Of course.
Indeed.
How's that going?
How
for you?
big that oh shit fund is up to you.
All right.
Fuck
So now we're really going to go down the rabbit hole, and like I
That
said,
wasn't even the rabbit hole. Here we go.
nobody in our audience is sensitive or get their feelings
they'll
hurt.
get
But if
over
you
it.
are somebody who does get your feelings hurt easily,
Fuck off.
this is probably a good time.
Do
to-
not
this-
watch the show.
Probably a good time to leave the show.
Thank you for watching.
And-
Have a good day.
YouTube may go right after this, so we'll see. So we're starting a new segment on the show, things that make you go, yeah, very interesting. So did you guys hear
No,
That
we're
the-
gonna do this.
that the FDA plans to limit COVID shots?
not
to
plans
those,
to has.
Well, they have. now,
Yeah, I did hear this.
They have.
They've limited shots to those over 65 or with high risk conditions.
They're still going to recommend people take them
Why would that be?
because it's financially worth it.
Interesting.
I don't think it's the least bit interesting. I think it's fucking disgusting.
I do too, and I think people should be in jail for what happened.
Did you know people are still getting boosters?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that.
Every
I'm
year.
like, what? Shut
Every
the fuck
year with their flu vaccine.
But it's,
It's the same shot.
but here's the thing.
They have not changed it. It's not like the flu vaccine.
It can't be
they
that bad because there's
changed.
still a bunch of
They-
idiots around.
What are we doing?
But here's the thing, okay?
Pump the mercury up in the ditch.
I noticed something, right? And I'm not getting all conspiratorial here, but I'm watching people just drop.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I've lost so many people from my school that
Like
I've
once
gone
a
to school
week.
with.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. And the question always comes in my head, did they get the vaccine?
Yeah. Well, do you think that everybody thinks that, dude, you should see the stories of the people with the long COVID and the fucking
So
Mhm.
whatever that other disease is that happens after the fact. These people have like been in bed for 2
Brain
years.
issues.
when
yeah.
Alex Jones came on back in 2020 and people just ostracized him
Yeah.
for saying what he said. He said people are going to start dying off 3 to 5 years after they take the vaccine. Then, of course, not everybody, right? I'm not
No.
here to scare anybody, but the reality is we don't
We're in
know.
that
We
time.
didn't know the effects
That was the whole problem.
of
is
the
we don't know.
vaccine, right?
Nobody knew
And
anything.
some people died immediately, right? I still swear somebody I know passed away because they got the vaccine. I can't prove that. Okay, that's a
None of us-
theory. That's a
None of us can prove
opinion
it.
of mine. YouTube, so don't
Hey,
flag us for that.
Opinion.
my son had a reaction to it,
But
and my aunt, I almost certainly died from it.
it's scary stuff.
Yeah,
It really is. They forced something that wasn't tested. Period.
But everybody
can't argue
signed the
that.
papers, so
Right.
nobody can sue anybody.
So that was
Good
interesting.
job,
I'm
y'all.
surprised.
Good
We
job.
have a new administration now. Shit's happening.
Yep.
So very interesting. Did you see this? A new book from Jake Tapper.
Fucking Jake Tapper put out a book.
Yep.
He's like, I gotta get paid somehow, man. My life sucks.
Well, you want to know what's interesting? Did you see the video from 2020 where Biden says that he's been fighting cancer?
No, I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
that was sort of a gaffe. It wasn't a direct. I don't think it was a real. Whether he was or he wasn't, it was one of those moments where he clearly kind of was like, Dave, I'm kind of retarded and I have cancer, and everybody from my school has cancer.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, so maybe that's real, maybe it's not. I don't really care so much as it's clear that the motherfucker wasn't there.
Yeah.
And it was sick that they were parading him like they
Oh
did.
yes,
See,
I can't
Christina,
believe.
yeah, we've heard more stories like that.
So many.
All
So
the-
many.
It's crazy.
There's all the videos of Joe Biden going like, what happened? What?
So, I mean, look, let's be honest. I don't like Joe Biden, right? But I don't wish him any ill
No,
harm.
what
I mean,
did I tell
I
you
feel
at
bad
the
for
beginning
guy.
of this?
I mean,
They
he's
need to give the poor guy
Yeah.
a grilled cheese and an ice cream and let him go live his life because this is terrible. You're parading around this old man who has no idea what he's doing.
Still.
Fucking his wife should be in jail for elder abuse. It's
But
bullshit.
I don't like Jake Taffer. I think he's an idiot,
I know he
right?
is.
But if this is I'm not even going to
Why
say.
are we not
I'm
in
not even
jail?
gonna, I'm not even going to ask
Why
the
are
question
people
if this
not
is
in jail?
true or not. We know it's true, right? We know what happened. We know the media hit it from everybody just because of the elections, and it's just
And they thought he was going to run again
it's just crazy.
and make it? Like, seriously?
Yeah, I don't think anybody thought that. They just were, that was a CYA sort of deal. Like we'll figure something out.
Well, and Dad, I agree with you on that, but I believe this is true.
Oh, yeah.
In my heart, I believe it's true.
He absolutely had- we watched him.
watched his performance over the last 4 years. Come on, you got to be living on
He
a
wasn't
fucking
fully
rock if
with
you
it
don't
to
think he
begin
wasn't.
with.
He wasn't with it, right? I mean,
How many children did we
like
sniff?
Jack's analogy is the best. It's like a wet bag of dog food. I mean, it was. I'll still never forget that.
What was he
Oh,
before?
man.
Just the best guy ever.
Best
The
guy
sharpest
ever.
I've ever seen him. Oh, really? Okay. It's a low fucking bar.
Yeah.
It's the
But-
top of his game.
So yeah, I found that interesting. Yeah, so that's our new segment we're gonna do each week. Things that make you go,
Next week, we'll start my new
But-
segment. Suck my.
But no, yeah. Phenomena.
Phenomena.
Eat my
Oh,
shit.
man.
All right.
Hey guys, if you're joining us for the first
Whoa!
time tonight, what?
Can we?
No.
You didn't talk about
Yes.
you. Shut up.
Okay.
You throw me off.
I know that's it's intentional.
I'm
You-
still good.
I know. That's
Brother.
Look what I can do. Look what I can do.
And
You
it's
remember
gone.
when we watched that article or that movie about the lady down south who was like the autopsy with the strings.
Oh yeah. Way down
Yeah.
yonder in a Chattahoochee.
What is it called?
Yeah, but
It was all. It was this. It was this.
It talked about the blood clots that
The
were
blood
like
clots
this.
that they were
Yeah.
literally pulling
That's gross.
out of people
Yeah.
that were
That's fucking
feet
gross.
long,
Yeah.
and they were all vaccinated.
God, I can't remember. the name of that
Now,
movie.
research is coming out saying, "Oh, look what we found."
Of course it is, because all the poor people that
Yeah.
died from it didn't have a shot in hell.
No, of course not. And what are you going to do now?
Yeah.
Gross. What is that?
You actually going to admit and let them have a lawsuit? Like, what are you going to do?
No, they can't sue anybody anyway.
Yeah,
You
I mean,
signed it
yeah,
away. Like, you
right.
can't.
But this is the thing. I don't know what if it's because some people want to sleep at night, or what the whole. Yeah, we were kind of dicks, and
Well, but
yeah,
this
we
is the
should've
thing
lied.
is, so even if you say yes, people who got the vaccine have the potential to die within 3 to 5 years. Okay, perfect. Why would you even say that? Like, just to panic everybody?
Yeah, Dad, I agree with you here because what was it? 2 years ago, he was totally backing Biden and saying everybody was being harsh on Hunter and did that whole bullshit.
Fucking Hunter.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Why
I
are you
mean,
going to?
Yeah, so I agree with that. But
Hey, guys, got to make a living. You hate on just because I got some information that people will pay lots of money to have, so I'm going to make a book. I'm going to sell lots of posters and sign them for free. It'd be great. Come and get one. It's full of shit already know.
Already know, but now you
Biden
can
was a
read it.
moron, and I was just fucking around. Come on, get it.
all right, guys, don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please go do so. You can subscribe on Rumble or YouTube.
Might not be on YouTube for long,
me a
so do it
number.
now.
Rumbers, thanks for watching us. Again, if you guys are interested in a commercial and you live here locally, hit me up at info@rcjproduction.com. Or if you're just interested in getting some marketing done on your own, hit me up anyway.
There's still a Patreon, too.
I'll take care of you. Not for this channel. though.
Son of a bitch.
There's no Patreon.
That's why
I
I'm broke.
sang her retone. Hold on, go back.
Let's make one.
But hey, if you want to go to Patreon, The Truth About Beer.
Ellen said I sang her ringtone. Oh, is that the phenomena? Phenomena. Phenomena.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see if we can get Ben Davidson on next week to talk about this. It'll be that's going to be up to
Next
Lindsay
week,
to take care
you're
of it.
cute.
Soon.
In a
Come on,
couple
you can do it.
weeks.
You can do it. We can do it. If not, next week we're going to talk about
I mean,
rattlesnakes.
hookers and coke.
Rattlesnakes kick ass.
I don't want to talk about rattlesnakes.
Shut up.
I do.
Let's not talk about earthquakes.
Oh, good idea.
No.
Ryan, what are you doing?
I said, let's not talk about earthquakes.
Oh, okay. Maybe we'll see.
We can talk about rattlesnakes, not earthquakes.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, have a great weekend. Have a great
Oh,
Memorial
and then
Day.
in how many
Bye-bye.
weeks is we going to have somebody here?
Don't forget to put your flags out. 2 weeks, right?
Huh?
2 weeks. Christine's going to be here.
Whoopee.
You have to
Yay.
come-
For
you have to come
2
hang out.
Thursdays,
Go horseback
baby.
Nice. Christine's going to be on the show.
What are we going to talk about?
I don't know.
Hookers and coke.
Christine, do you ride horses?
What?
Probably not.
She says, yep.
Yep, she'll be
I
here.
think
Yep, she
we
rides
should-
horses.
Yep, she'll be
Jack
here.
just got you into something. I don't know what you're doing.
We're
but
going to go ride some
fun.
fucking horses. It's going to be great. Woo! I just got to find a horse. All right. Good night, everybody.
All right, guys. Have a
Okay.
great weekend. Have a great Memorial Day. Don't forget to put your flags out, and we'll see you guys next Thursday.
Oh, and Memorial Day
What?
is for our veterans that are not here. So do not tell them thank you for your service on Memorial Day. That's fucked up.
Oh, the earthquake things because the sun causes earthquakes too.
Really, Jack?
Just saying.
Yes, just to remember our fallen.
Is to remember the fallen.
By the way, if you
Oh,
guys,
you guys.
I do have to say this. If you guys hadn't checked out the Ycast last night, it was a great
Oh, it was
episode.
such a good show.
We talked about mental health in the military.
Veterans.
The military.
It was really good.
It was a really good show. So go check it out. Go subscribe. Get yourself some
Swag.
merch.
Merch.
And we'll have some merch here soon to give out. So stay tuned.
See you
All right,
next week.
See you guys next week.
Bye.
Later.